Why can't you find love? How long have you really been single? Really? Having trouble finding that special soulmate? I can solve this one. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Your love trouble? Over. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com. Hello humanitarians, and welcome now to Tuesday. Well, today I predict sunny, nesting, and resting for the Aquarians, the humanitarians of the zodiac. The moon has now moved into Taurus this morning, shifting emotional focus to your self-nurturing. Now you are in a place where it's time to self-nurture. If you are extremely depleted, if you haven't taken good care of yourself, you might find yourself to be rather emotional today. You will also be emotionally sensitive to your family relationships or relationships where you are caregiving or you are care receiving. You'll be sensitive in those relationships, and you'll be sensitive if you don't have the time and space you need. I also find this is a time where I get super sensitive if my house is dirty. Anything that's not set up to comfort you is going to be an emotional issue. But for the next 3 days, this is a grounding time. This is a returning to your foundation. This is a returning to your self-mothering. And if you don't do that, it might make you a little cranky. Now, zip it to the sun. We're in Chapter 2 of Sun in Pisces. Today, Saturn rules the day, and that means it's time to make some preliminary decisions. What you are working on this month is your soul capital. That is self-esteem. That is your self-confidence. Those are your values, what you value and don't value. You are updating your values and soul capital for 2011. Now, as of this point, you should be clear on where you want to point your values. You should be clear on what you want to aim for when it comes to abundance and productivity and manifestation. So today it's time to make a decision on the preliminary destination of your soul capital consciousness. Where you want to see yourself, what you want to value, how you want to draw in abundance that match that value. Today you should be clear, and your soul work, should you choose to do it, is to, by the end of the day, decide what are you worth or what do you think you're worth. That's the starting point. And Jupiter, which has been working to expand the Aquarian mind since January. Expand your thoughts, think outside your box, use new vocabulary, get out of your mental ruts. Jupiter is saying it's time to take some action now. It has been very theoretical up until now, since the beginning of January, theorizing on what you maybe need to stop when it comes to your thinking, where certain thoughts are debilitating, where certain conversations lead to nowhere. You should be clear on all of this, of at least what's not working when it comes to your intellect. And now Jupiter's saying for the next week, act on that. If you decided that it's worthless to think about this or to think about that or to have this conversation, put that into action. Let's move forward. Jupiter has 2 more chapters to go in this sector and a whole other sign to go through this year. In fact, I just want to remind you, we do have a video series and special in Soul Nirvana at the Mothership called Jupiter in 2011, where in an 8-minute video I get really deep on all 12 signs and how Jupiter is going to expand them, the time frame, and what it will mean for you this year. And this is a big year for Jupiter. So if you want some extra insight, come on down to the Mothership and click on Soul Nirvana. All right, Aqua, that's all I have for Tuesday. Tomorrow, some major epiphanies thanks to Mercury and Uranus. Until then, live, love, be. So God.